Hello and welcome to this feature interview. I'm Kelsey Hubbard. If you look back on your emails to about 3 weeks ago, you might remember getting an email about a supposed loud noise on campus. Today I have with me Dean Pam Gorley to talk about what the noise was and what the policies for the campus are. Dean, Pam, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
So what exactly was this loud noise?
We really don't know. It could have been fireworks, it could have been gunshots. We don't know, but it was off campus. We were able to determine that from talking with our campus officers as well as Washington County Sheriff's Department.
And was it automatic that you went to the sheriff to figure out what it was? Was that like your first step?
Our officer responded automatically when it first occurred, but then there were calls that went into dispatch to the county asking them to respond because there were people in the community north of campus that were concerned. So they got those calls, and by doing that, we were able to triangulate an area where it may have come from. And so they did do a full search to see if there was anything out of place. When they notified me, we sent out an email to let people know that it had been reported and that we were investigating. We followed up with another email that said that at that point we, were still checking into it. I can't remember if I sent 2 or 3, but I know that we sent a final one that they had determined that everything was safe at that point.
So if this had actually been some person with a gun on campus, what are the campus policies for that?
If it had been an actual person on campus that was a threat, you would have received a text message that would have said, "Seek secure shelter." And what that means is you need to get behind a locked door and stay away from windows and just wait until you get further instruction. So if it were a specific area, we would follow up with, if you're in this building, stay where you are. If you're in this area, stay away from this area. There's a lot of information that we try to get out quickly depending on what's going on.
And so for people who are RAs, is there a specific way that they can help the students who are very confused?
At that point, if you're depends on which situation you're talking about. If you're talking about a situation like the other night where we were getting the information, they had residents that were out and about, they could let them know we are looking into it. But if it's one where seek secure shelter, everyone just needs to stay put where they are until we can give them further information about what to do. And we have to assess the situation. Each situation would be different.
So for students who are in academic buildings, is the building actually get locked for them to stay inside, or is it just kind of they're on their own? They're
on their own. We're not a public school. When you hear public schools talk about, or primary schools and high schools going into lockdown, they tend to have buildings that are very specific that you can lock down that way. A college campus is so mobile that we really don't talk about a lockdown. We talk more about seeking secure shelter, people going behind a locked door, finding a safe place, turning their cell phones to silent is another important thing to do so that you don't draw any attention if there was to happen to be someone outside that was trying to seek others.
So for me personally, I live in the village and we have a basement, but it's locked. Is there some other way for us specifically in that building who doesn't have a place to go?
Well, and it's not specifically a basement. If it's a situation where the loud noise occurred the other day and we were to say seek secure shelter, I would say make sure the front door of your house is locked and to lock behind your room door and try to make sure that you're secure there.
So from this talk, is there policies that will improve, kind of what your policies are?
We've reviewed them and we've talked about how we could respond better. One of the key things that we found that night, we got a lot of response on Yik Yak. I went straight to Yik Yak to watch what was going on and getting feedback from students and what their concerns were and making sure that we were getting that information out. And so trying to use social media as much as we can to get the information out. I had actually staff members that were yakking that night to try to get information out, and also letting RAs know what was going on so they in turn could let their students know. We did not send out an emergency alert because there was no immediate danger on campus. It was away, if had it been, we would have sent out a text alert, but based on the initial information we got, we believe that it was way off campus. It was a cold, clear night. Sound travels far during that kind of weather condition.
And have you and your staff gone to, I guess, these social medias before, if there's ever been like a situation like this?
We do. We try not to monitor social media. We don't do that on a regular basis. But when things are happening, there's a lot of information that you can find in different places.
Definitely. Well, Dean Pam, thank you so much for joining me on set today.
Okay, thank you.
This has been your feature interview, and I'm Kelsey Hubbard.